So Around the World was an event for seniors up at the townhouses, and over the summer we got a letter received home saying that the event was taken away from us.
So students didn't have a chance to rebuttal this, or they weren't involved in making the decision as to why it was taken away. So Alyssa and I decided to go and meet with Dr. Gilroy and Dean Filio to discuss why this was taken away from us.
After meeting with the deans, we decided to have a consensus decision-making process involving students on campus to find out information on what they thought would be appropriate and beneficial to have.
Other senior classes, this has been going on for a long time, and we were the first class that wasn't allowed to put this on, and we felt that there was an issue because we didn't have a chance to have a say in this decision. It was made for us. We didn't have the ability to have a conversation about ways in which we can both come to an agreement as far as Around the World. And just so you all know, Around the World is a 21 event that is supposed to allow students to go around and try different alcohol from different countries. It's supposed to be a cultural experience, but it's mostly about alcohol. Right now, what you're going to be involved in is creating a proposal.
Create a petition.
A petition.
Consensus decision making to get back around the world within college limits and guidelines.
Okay, so if you approve, do this. It's a way to applaud without interrupting someone to show your approval, because when you clap it, you need to stop and wait for it to be quiet again. Disapprove. Do this. If you have a point of information, you want to just clarify a detail of what someone said, point of information. If you oppose something to the point where you could no longer continue to stay with a group if it were approved, you do a block, but that is only used in the most unusual of circumstances when something's really terrible. And point of procedure is if someone is violating the procedure of the General Assembly. You want to discuss that. So those are the main.
I agree. It's just depending on which way, in the proposal, whether we want to change it to the school helping us run it.
Yeah, I think it should definitely be a school-run sanctioned event, and I think that would eliminate a lot of costs, because I do think, like the dean said, they would be willing to provide it. And I think that it would get funny if we were using the map, but students were cooking. It's kind of, I feel like they have to be there and active if we're using campus resources.
Everyone that agrees with Darcy? Great. Okay, so spring, so around March time. So for all in favor to have Sodexo provide just food. Okay. And then all in favor to have students provide the alcohol. Okay.
What we created was that the event would be in the MAC. There would be sectioned off countries or tables. There would be shifts of students rotating around from table to table.
We also came up with that it was going to be a 21 club event and that it would take place in the spring semester, preferably in March. We decided that Sodexo could possibly fund the food and alcohol, and the students would prepare the drinks so that they could feel more involved. We would propose the drinks ahead of time so everyone knew what we were making. There would be a regulation of the number of drinks that could be consumed, and by doing this, we decided to come up with either bracelets or postcards. And there would be a time constraint on the event because we would need to rent the space in the back. The decision will be made with the deans on a number of countries and tables.
Agree to end the meeting today? Great. Thank you all so very much for coming and being a part of this.
Yeah. In order to follow up on this event, we have planned to create a committee that would work with campus programs in order to get Around the World ready and prepared for the class of 2013 and other classes to follow.